Hello, Scorpios. Come on in. If you're joining for the first time, I want to welcome you. If you're returning, I want to thank you for returning and welcome back. I'm Lady J, and we're just going to do a general reading with you. We'll touch on a few things. I've done a couple of lives, and that's been fun. Just to kind of bide my time since I hadn't reached out to you in a minute. I wanted to hurry up and get some videos out for you for the Lionsgate and for the full moon. We are heading into a new moon in Virgo. Virgo, earth energy, Virgo, grounding energy, getting, allowing us to get organized and have a vision of what it is that we want, set out a plan of what it is that we want to create, and how to best maintain what we've created. Through my meditation and my download for you all, I received the wisdom of the oracle cards here. I used those. I received yin, community, and thinker. And I thought it was interesting. Yin is 2, community is 8, and thinker is 44, which comes to 8. And 2 and 8 is divisible by 2. I think. I think that's how that goes in math. And it's 222, as it states on the camera right in front of me. So it just made sense. For me, anyway. Just great old synchronicity. So 2 is feminine energy, and yin is feminine energy. And it's, being the recipient of information, allowing yourself to be downloaded. I don't know if you can see that. I'm a little farther away from the camera than I used to. So, pardon me while I make some adjustments. We know how that goes, right? Let's see if we have our lighting correct for you. Anyway, the downloads that I got for you right now, Scorpio, are that your vibe is very calm and very serene. I wrote some things down. Insightful energy. And I feel like, you're more spiritually grounded than ever before. And some are seeking, a deeper spiritual connection, seeking a spiritual connection, and others are deepening their spiritual connection. And you're really accepting your beauty. And I got a cute little thing that I heard. It said, you're slaying demons and collecting toes. I've never heard that before. So perhaps that means something to you. But you're also planting seeds and reaping the beauty. And I feel like beauty is very highlighted. I think you're really resonating with the beauty of life, the beauty within you, the beauty of spirit, and then that connection. So I got a vision of someone like out, like where their plants are, plants or flowers that you've bought or planted. And community is all about, well, the card talks about everyone, in groups of people, in families and wherever, there are placements. Everyone has their place or their lane or what have you. And you needing to feel, know what your place is, and being supported in your placement within the group, and needing to feel supported and that others feel supported by you. Now, 8 is all about power. It's a very powerful number, but it's also about balance and management of that balance. And I talk about number 8 being about the unforeseen. And I think that kind of goes without saying in life, because there's so much information that we don't really know. But in this case, I feel like it is speaking on, with a spiritual connection. You can't see it. It's not tangible. It's not a thing. It's not a card or a table. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's highlighting, when you look at the bushel of hay or the tent there, or whatever that is, you see a little face in there. And it's kind of like it's there. And that's that deepening of the connection with you in spirit. You're guided, and you have a multitude of guides and angels and support system that are just supporting your journey. And I think you're just really, really vibing with it, and you're allowing the downloads and allowing the connection. And then we have 44, which is thinker. Thinker is being mindful, radical acceptance, and being mindful of, hopefully you can see that clearly, I'm not sure. Again, I'm a little farther away than I'm used to being. But it's about being insightful about, getting quiet enough to hear, perhaps, messages, those downloads. Having delicate solitude. And so another thing that came up, I didn't write that down, but I think a lot of us are seeking and experiencing a lot of solitude and finding comfort in that as we create and be. And it's not like we're not having lunches with people or conversations with people, but I think we're really enjoying the solitude and, what's the word? It just escaped me. Nurturing, ourselves through that solitude. So I have the 2 of Swords, the Prince of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the 9 of Swords. So there's a lot of swords here. And I can read it forward and backwards. And when I turned the pack over, the 9 of Swords was first. And I'm not feeling like that is your energy. And maybe for some of you all, you are, this full moon, this full supermoon. It's the last supermoon of the year. It's called a sturgeon moon. And if you know sturgeon, they're the ones with the long beak, I think. Am I right? I wonder if I'm right. Let's see. Sturgeon. They are a long fish, a long spiny fish. And I thought maybe that they were those long, I don't know what those are called. What are those called? Anywho, so sturgeon, look it up. They're long, spiny fish. They've, been around for so long. But I feel like it's slippery when wet, man. It's a difficult fish. It's a, you got to be careful. They do have a kind of a long, narrow beak. snout. So anyway, so for a lot of us, it was like an ascension period, and it still is. But I think it was a big thrust with the Lionsgate. If you haven't checked out that video, please go check that out. That Lionsgate portal is essential to our next level of ascension here as we move into the new energies of fall and out of summer. And we can just take note on what we've learned and, you know, seeing how life has evolved for us. But it brought up a lot of, you know, like, wow, look at the difficulty that we've gone through, and things that were once really difficult are very, very easy for us. This full moon was very, very turbulent and tumultuous for a lot of people. So some of you all, you know, you might be like really trying to figure out, like, is this where I really belong, like within your relationships or your intimate relationships, family relationships, friend relationships, and work relationships. So the first card that came out here is the Two of Swords. Now it came out in reverse. Now the Two of Swords talks about going into your solitude and figuring something out, finding your balance within a decision, night and day. The balance between the duality of the decision that you have to make. Two of Swords in reverse talks about indecision and lack of clarity and not being able to get quiet enough. And Spirit wants to connect with you. And as I said in the full moon reading, again, if you haven't seen that one, please go check that out. Full moon energy lasts a couple days, 2 or 3 days, before and after. And some people feel like it can last up to 7 days to the next phase of the moon. So, and I feel like that's relative to how it really affects you. And as a water sign, it could very well have a longer lasting effect on you. So the Two of Swords is letting me believe, and it's interesting that it's under this, the two, the yin. It's almost like you're I just heard indecision is where we get into trouble. If you find yourself being indecisive, you still need to choose, or else we really get into trouble there. Oh, I'll just let the universe figure it out. Well, there's some responsibility that we have to take with the choices that we make. And not making a choice is making a choice. So I feel like the answer here is you will find solace in any indecision if you just allow and listen to the information coming to you. So a busy, static mind could inhibit your ability to heal. Now, the Prince of Swords talks about communication, talks about being curious, and I think you might be, and for some of you, maybe not all of you, but curious about the human condition and sociology and human behavior and how the dynamics of people and where they are in life work, and perhaps where you fit in that in your community. The Queen of Wands talks about courage and fertility of ideas and strength and nobility, beauty, and being one with nature. I just heard kitchen witch or herbal witch. Maybe someone out there is considers themselves that sort of energy. And you may be an elder in your community. You may be a mother. You may be the provider for your family. but I see innovation, and it's not gender specific. Okay, so this is the queen, but this is all about energy. So divine feminine within you, that lives within you, is courageous and strong, and you know who you are. And Spirit's saying, whatever is troubling you, seek and allow the inner courage that you know that you have. When you fret about something too much, you think long, you think wrong. I heard that once playing spades or gin rummy or something years ago. But allow that really strong part of you to be recognized, and that will help your indecision and help your mind clutter. Because also I remind you on the full moon, you know, take your Epsom salt baths, your salt baths, cleanse your energy, envision any negativity. You can do this at any time. It doesn't have to be on a full moon. Okay? It can be any time. Take that bath and know that that negativity and any heaviness that's on you, that could quite possibly be on you or within you, is just melting away. And think about what it is that you want. What is it? What's the energy and the frequency that creates things that you most desire? And see if you can't vibrate on that energy, and that's happiness and joy. If you can, look up, there's an energy diagram. Who makes that? Just look it up. Like, you know, look it up. DuckDuckGo that. And you'll see, you know, the higher that you vibrate, the higher the frequency that you're vibrating on, the more the more connectedness you'll be experiencing with your spirit guides and your higher self, and the more joy you will conduct, the more that you'll be able to reach and connect to that energy that creates the things that you want. So focus on happiness. And you got to train your brain, so you might have to take yourself through a little, you know, boot camp on that. But just train your brain as soon as you start thinking negative thoughts or old conversations or defending yourself. So work to not defend yourself. Work to not promote scenarios where you are defending yourself. Work to thank you. Just practice thank you. Thank you for that compliment. Thank you for that acknowledgement. Thank you, you know, when you start thinking about anything that's troubling you. If something's going wrong, like in your relationships, or, you know, whether they're whether they are friendship, family, work, whatever's been going on has been going on. So we don't need to keep thinking about that in order to validate our rightness. What we can do is think about it and create a new scenario. So now magically, doesn't matter what's been, but now magically we are, now magically we are experiencing a new vibe from a person, place, or thing. You know, there's this one place that I conduct business, and I have never liked it. I don't like when I go, the setup. I don't enjoy the vibe. It just, and I kind of get in a funk about it prior to it going down. And this last time that I did business at this place, I just said, you know what, I'm going to disallow things to happen to me, and I'm going to happen to the place and to the scenario and to the people. And I had the best time. The vibe for the first flipping time was so good. And I've conducted business at this place many times over the past 30 years, and I just had the best experience. It was so chill, and oh my gosh, I was so proud of myself, and just appreciative that I remembered to do that, and that I had the power to do that. And I think that you, Scorpio, are remembering your power. It's so good. And so there's some euphoria going on with you as well, and feeling that. Yeah. Knowing, you're knowing the divine within, which is offering you a sense of euphoria. Ooh, yes. Okay. We have the Seven of Wands on the bottom. Seven of Wands is, I love the beautifulity that's depicted there. The Four of Pentacles popped out in reverse. So the Seven of Wands, you're sitting in your power and enjoying your peace regardless of what's being, jolted at you. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. I'll take it. So we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Star, and the World. So we have 8 here, 17. 1 and 7 is 8. We have 10 and we have 21. 3. I love it. So the Ten of Pentacles talks about family and your environment. It talks about your health and your money. And it's true balance. It's true harmony. So maybe there's a conversation that needs to happen. There's some curiosity here about where, can I get a little bit more insight on that? There's some healing within your family which is allowing you to feel, or your community. It could be chosen family, or your work. It could be, sometimes our jobs, we have the work family. So you're feeling empowered here. And you're using your thinking and radical acceptance that you are you, and you team up with your source. You're encoded with powerful energy that allows you to create your environment. So there's a lot of healing here with the Star, Aquarius energy, okay? The Ten of Pentacles is really great balance. What's popping out to me is that little girl in that picture. She just smiles. She just looks so gleeful, holding the hands of her seeming parents. Could it be her aunt and uncle? Just playing between them with the dog. So there's a lot of, a lot of stuff going on in the Ten of Pentacles. But it's really about like your integrity. You're really living your purpose and being a good person when no one's looking, and not for any sort of reward, but more so because you're a good person and it feels good and it's the right thing to do. And the World is the completion of a cycle. This is celebration. Your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your angels are in celebration of you, and you should be in celebration. And maybe this is where this euphoric feeling is coming from, for this cycle. This is beautiful joy. Look at that rainbow. Maybe rainbows mean something to you, significant to you. It's the end of a cycle, the beginning of a new one. You've passed a bunch of tests. And I think that is a beautiful thing. Okay. Yeah, I really see, a lot of the work that you've done. Yeah, there's the Ten of Pentacles on the bottom. Look at that. A lot of harmony that you've created. Some of you have had to really, let go of some people in your life that have brought you sorrow, and that, you held some old resentments. So that has freed up a lot of energy for you. So good for you. That's never easy to do. And that was kept keeping you stuck with this Eight of Swords, okay? And so we're going to, thank you. All right. New ideas, a breakthrough of ideas and creativity. You have that Queen of Wands there. Now, I do have that Six of Swords and the King of Swords came out in reverse. So I feel like the clarity has been made. So the test that's been passed has to do with old baggage that you weren't able to let go because of this energy of the King of Swords in reverse, which is just ego and narcissism and clouding your judgment, keeping you stuck in a cycle of gaslighting. If you know someone like that, or a situation that kind of kept you stuck in that, that's been eradicated. And if you don't see that, see it happening again, you can use your mental and emotional forces to allow everything that you've learned to work for you, rather than waiting for life to kind of do for you. Whatever that connection was keeping you caught up in resentment. Thank you. I want to pull some cards. Thank you. I want to pull some cards on finances really quick. I'm still going to get you your individual financial readings. I just want to kind of see, if they've changed, because it's just the collective has all been the same. Everything's very individual right now. There's that Nine of Swords. So those of you that are worried about your finances, you have the Page of Swords again. So this is communication. This is new communication, new insight. You're curious about what's next, and you want to branch out, okay? So there's transformation, Scorpio energy taking place. Something that is no longer going to be. Where you got your money before is no longer satiating you. It actually caused a lot of heartbreak for you. And so Spirit is encouraging you. I look at this as Scorpionic energy as well as Cancer energy. And the King of Water, the King of Cups, is balanced and knows who he is. He's kind and gentle and generous. Yeah, new ideas, transformation. It makes sense with the world. Because it's not all about satiation and comfortability. It's about growth, right? And harmony. And this King of Cups is just chill on those turbulent waters. So ride the wave and you will persevere. I'll get you a Crystal Intentions Oracle. Thank you. See what best crystal can serve our Scorpio today. Yeah, allowance, just allowing, just the flow. So not really like, well, I don't know which decision to make, so I'll just let universe choose. It's more of like, I'm not going to be attached to the outcome, because whatever you choose is meant for you. There's a lesson to be there, to be learned there. There is there's yeah, some of you might be traveling. Turquoise is my traveling card. I don't see that here. I just got sort of that hit with the turquoise. But you have hematite. And this is going to help your calm your hyperactivity. help you stay grounded and focused and repel negative thought energy, release annoyance and distraction, and encourage inner peace and quiet mind. And so cut out the coffee, lay off the booze, lay off the stimulants, and just sort of kind of reboot if you're finding yourself worried about anything. Because worry is a distraction, and no amount of worrying is going to fix anything for you. But I think for a lot of you, if you are worried about something, that it is caused from some old community ties that need to be broken, okay? And this is about spiritual and physical safety and protection. The affirmation, it's going to help you release annoyance and distraction and encourage inner peace and a quiet mind. Hematite's affirmation is, it is easy for me to quiet my mind and maintain awareness. I can find inner peace. All right. And we have Calico Pyrite. And this is going to help support your health and well-being and physical strength training. Increase time in the sunlight for a healthy body. Get outside and get some vitamin D molecules. And amplify physical movements to increase good health. And if you have peacock copper, it's the same thing. It's just, it was fired up, set on fire, which gives you it the color that it has. But Calico Pyrite is peacock copper. It's just polished Calico Pyrite. So support physical strength training. You need to get your body moving, especially before the winter months come if you live in a place with, 4 seasons. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to go balls to the walls. It can be dance, it could be yoga, it could be a combination of that. It could be some HIIT work, cardio workout, weight training, weight training. Okay, so the affirmation is, I am healthy and strong thanks to physical movement and exercise outdoors. And go for a walk. It's so beautiful out in a lot of places in the world. And utilize the release of any heaviness from this full moon to allow you to feel free to go and move your body, and just go do it. Don't think about it too long. And the new moon, whenever you start something on a new moon or gearing up to a new moon, you just start this momentum where it's easier for you. Yeah. Okay, and we have Pyrite. So this is about money and creativity and motivation. Maintain an organized approach to life. Pyrite's going to help you manifest goals with ease. Yeah, with that Virgo new moon coming up. Experience a solid foundation and be grounded and focused. And realize financial freedom. And with those cards that I pulled for you, I saw if you allow that transition to happen and take that leap, your spirit guides are going to assist you in that, and it's just going to be effortless. It's just going to be so smooth and beautiful for you. So I wish you fullness and strong connection to spirit, and continued success as you feel yourself, and as you do that continued self-realization of the power that you hold. So blessings to you. I want to thank you for joining me, and hope that something in this message is helpful for you. And I want to thank you for your views and your subscriptions. And if you haven't gotten subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to continue to connect with you, and connect further with me on Instagram at Intuitive Tarot Therapy. And I am always sending you blessings. And those blessings are full of love and optimal health, harmony, and unlimited wealth and high vibes as always. Remember, you are limitless, Scorpio. So continue to dream your biggest dream. Continue teaming up with source energy, stating what it is that you want, and making it happen. Until next time, be well, be happy, be grateful. We'll see you soon. Peace and love, baby.